My name is Sunni Smilez. I am a singer, songwriter, a vocal coach, a vocal producer. Would I be able to describe myself in one word? Do I look like a one-word bitch? I'm just playing. I'm a very bubbly person. That's actually how I got my name. I've coached over 400 people. I do have a list though of favorites. I have to name Bash. Bankz that's my baby. I can definitely say I have a young lady named Kyla. I've been coaching her for 3 years. And don't get it twisted, those group of people still get on my nerves in certain ways. Yeah, just a normal girl from Philly. The very beginning would have been when I was in a girl group. And I think I joined that group when I was 15, 16. I know it was like right around the time I was having like my sweet 16. And it was a 4-girl group. I was the lead singer of the group. Yeah, I guess that would be like the beginning of my professional journey. I was singing before being in the group, but that was like my foot into the industry and like, you know, being exposed to what the music world was really like on a professional level. We recorded a whole album together with side by side with Roc Nation. They actually wrote the album. And we did like a artist boot camp with them, which was pretty extensive. I can tell you right now, I do have weaknesses, although some of my students, you guys don't think I have them, I do. And I was a terrible breather. Like my breath control was really bad, but the other girls in my group, their breath control was really good, but it's like one band, one sound. So if we were, let's say in a plank, and we were supposed to be holding our breath, I would drop first and lose my breath, but everyone would get in trouble, not just me. And sorry guys, I couldn't control that. But that was definitely an experience. And it also kind of opened the door for me to give my vocal boot camp that I do now because of the experience that I had with Roc Nation in their vocal and artist boot camp. I think that a lot of people enjoy when I'm vocal producing them because of all of the harmonies that I come up with, but I have to credit that to being in a group. Like when you're with a bunch of other singers and all you do is arrange harmonies and stuff all day, even as a solo artist, you're kind of going to still arrange that way. So yeah. I definitely say I can give credit to an engineer that I was working with from the very beginning. His name is Electric. And I remember when we were working with Roc Nation, he would like pull me aside and he'd be like, study him, like watch him. So that was in the very beginning. I can say those were some of my mentors. Now, there's a singer from Philly, her name is Suzanne Christine. She is a really great mentor to me. If I call her to vent or if I have just any questions about music in general, she always answers and she always helps. Ebony Joy, who's a great singer, songwriter. She sings background for all of your favorite celebrities. She's been on tour with Rihanna, Bruno Mars, and anyone you can think of, she's performed with them. She's a really great mentor to me as well. So those are my current mentors, Suzanne Christine and Ebony Joy. My transition from being a singer in a group to being a solo artist began when the group broke up. We never even got to release that album that we recorded with Roc Nation. Then I just started like posting covers on Instagram, like just showing the world just Sunni and not Sunni within a group. And then I got pregnant, so it kind of put like a halt on things for a little bit. And then after I gave birth, I went back to posting covers, and kind of soon after, I became a vocal coach. When I first got pregnant, a lot of people told me to just quit. Like, it was kind of like, the narrative is, you're a mom now, so this music thing is over. Good thing I've always had a mind of my own. And I didn't let those comments stop me from still pursuing music. My son has always come to shows with me, like in the very beginning when he was 1 and 2, I would literally put him right in that stroller and he would come to the show. I think he loves music because I've never had an experience when I was on stage and he cried or talked, or he's never actually interrupted anything important when I bring him with me. So I feel like he gets it. Like he understands. I bring him to the studio with me. I have a bunch of clips of him just like, you know, playing around on the mic in the booth and, you know, bonding with the engineer. So I think because I've been singing literally since he was in my belly, he's just already in the world of music and he just gets it. But I do bring him with me most places that I go, and it hasn't stopped the motion here. I can definitely say I am very grateful that I was able to perform my own music on daytime TV twice. That's an accomplishment for me. And I always think about, like, back to our other question about my son, because when people told me to give up music, I hadn't reached that milestone yet. So if I had listened to them, I would have never released my own music. I would have never performed it on TV. I would never be the vocal coach to over 400 students. That's a milestone too, having 400 plus students. Thank you, God. And I think it was a big milestone when I quit my job to do this. Like, I quit during the pandemic, and a lot of people don't know that. So I've been vocal coaching for almost 7 years. In the first like 2.5 years, I was working a 9-to-5 job and at 5 o'clock rushing home to go give vocal lessons and then giving vocal lessons on the weekend. And then it was kind of getting to a point where I was having so many clients, but they were asking for lessons during the day, during my work hours. And I would be calling out of work to go give these vocal lessons. And I'm like, something is not adding up. I should not be calling out of work. In fact, I don't even need this job. I'm just gonna quit. I didn't even give them 2 weeks notice. I just was like, today's the last day, I'm gone. But yeah, being able to quit my job during the pandemic, and I was an essential worker too. So some people thought that was kind of crazy because there were people getting laid off from work. And here I am quitting a job that was not gonna lay me off. But I know I made the right choice. I know I did, yeah. And that's a milestone for me, being able to quit and work for myself and be my own boss, and impact so many different artists and help them achieve their music goals. I've coached over 400 people, so that's kind of, to narrow it down to just one is insane. I do have a list though of favorites who, in terms of their dedication to their growth, like they've been super consistent the whole time. They don't miss lessons, they come on time, they do the homework that I assign to them. I have that group of people, and don't get it twisted, those group of people still get on my nerves in certain ways. I can definitely say I have a young lady named Kyla. I've been coaching her for 3 years, and she comes basically every Saturday. And when I first met her, she was really shy, and she only sang more like on the softer side of her voice. And now on command, she can belt notes. She'll give you the really extensive runs. She'll pick the hard songs herself now. Like first she would tell me, Miss Sunni, you're always picking me the hardest songs. And now I'll be like, you sure you wanna work on that one? Okay, we can try it. Her growth, it really inspires me for her to be so young, because when I met her, she was 13. Now she's 17. And that's still a really young age for her to sing songs better than some adults. That's my baby. That's like my music daughter, because she was with me from close to the beginning. Bankz that's my baby. I think her work ethic is my favorite out of anyone that I've ever worked with. She takes it very, very seriously, but she also loves to do it. Like it's fun to her, but she takes it very seriously. And that's something that I really commend, because she works. It's almost like she doesn't sleep. And I really enjoy watching her go at it full force, you know? So I love that about her. I have to name Bash. He has a really unique tone. And your tone, sometimes it's like an unfair advantage because you're just born with it. Like think of like a John Legend, a Giveon. No one taught them how to sound like that. They were just born with these voice tones, and it's kind of unfair, but you still have to appreciate it when people have it. And Bash has a really unique tone. So I have more for anyone watching, but those three, I'm really proud of them, and they're some of my favorites. Well, first I would say that I always ask people what their music goals are. Like I ask every client that on day one. We have a talk just like you and I are talking, and I'm taking a bunch of notes and I'm like, okay, so what exactly are your music goals? Like, what do you even want to do with this? And then I go from there. I kind of curate their entire lesson plan around what they've expressed to me that they want to achieve. So it starts with them knowing, like, you have to know what you want to do so that I can help you get there. If you don't know, I can only help you but so much. I've always loved music, but I can't pinpoint just one person. I can tell you who my favorites are. I'm a really big Whitney Houston fan, a really big Mariah Carey fan, Beyonce. So I've always aspired to be as great as them someday. But I can't say that I like listened to a song one day and I was like, oh my God, I want to be a singer because you're a singer. I just like to do it. Whitney was a performer. Like, she could deliver all of those notes, but she gave us a show. Like, she was entertaining to watch. Mariah's range, like, that's just, to whistle the way that she can whistle is otherworldly, and I'm just like, one day we're gonna be right there with you. And Beyonce, I feel like Beyonce is the whole package. I feel like she's a really smart businesswoman. I feel like she's a really great dancer. I feel like she's a really great visionary, like the way that she thinks about putting the show together from every detail. She's an amazing vocalist, songwriter. She's everything. Like, she is to me, she's the standard. I wish I knew that, wow, I never thought about that question. Almost like giving advice to my younger self. I wish I knew that I would be a vocal coach, because it would have definitely, like, I would have started sooner. The goal was always to just be the artist, to be the star. I never even considered being a vocal coach until people started asking me to coach them. But had I known that that literally was a part of my journey, I would have agreed to coach people probably 2 years earlier than when I really did start. Like, I was turning people away for like 2 years. I was like, no, I'm an artist. Like, I'm not coaching you, but I can recommend you to someone, have a referral, but I'm not a coach. I'm the artist. So had I known that, I would have had a quicker start into this field. Oprah's success story is one of my favorites. I used to write like elementary school papers on her when they would like, when the topic was like, who's the most inspiring, or who, I would pick Oprah. It was like the safest choice because her story is really great to me. I think Money Long's success story is amazing. Like, most people, I won't say most, but a lot of people know her as Money Long. They don't even know that she used to be Priscilla Renee and how many people she was already writing songs for before she became the face. Her catalog is very extensive. So is Victoria Monet's. Victoria's been an artist, but she hasn't been in the limelight the way that she is now the whole time. She was writing for Ariana Grande and writing for Chloe and Halle, and her catalog is extensive. So the fact that she's getting the shine that she has right now, it's just like, girl, you deserve it. Like, she deserves it. This is her season. And Coco Jones. All of these people, they all deserve their flowers. They've been doing it for such a long time. And now finally, like, the world is more, they know now. They know. What is it like growing up in Philly? It's hard in terms of being an artist, but I feel like if you can make it out of this city and be successful, then you've done it, because getting people to support you in the city can be really, really rough in the beginning. I know that when I was in a group, we were kind of in that period of like the beginning of like DM marketing. Like, hey, can you watch my YouTube video? And you would like send a link, and a lot of times people would open it and they would just say seen, and they wouldn't even respond. Now, those same people that were ignoring me at 15 years old, asking me to go watch my YouTube video, they're hip to DM marketing and they're in my DMs. And you know what? I'll just leave them on scene because they left me on scene. Like, oh, you just opened up a hair salon? Scene. You guys have to do it scared. I think you guys have so many different fears. Like, you have this fear of, what if you put out the song and no one likes it? You have this fear of, what if you crack or mess up on stage? You have this fear of, what if I post this video and it only gets 2 likes? I don't care about any of those things. You have to do it scared because you're never going to be 100% ready to do it. So it's either do it scared or you may not ever do it at all. So just do it. My name is Sunni Smilez. I am a singer, songwriter, a vocal coach, a vocal producer. You can find me on Instagram at no, that's my email, I'm sorry. You can find me on Instagram at Sunni Sessions, SUNNISESSIONS. And my personal page is Sunni Smilez.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was fun.